Good morning, this is Laura. I decided to do a little experiment with some fabric and Kool-Aid and to see if I could dye fabric with Kool-Aid. I watched a few YouTube videos. I never could find anything about specifically about dyeing fabric with Kool-Aid dye. The closest I came was dyeing hair with Kool-Aid. And one thing that the young lady showed in the video was she mixed the Kool-Aid packet with hair conditioner. So I thought, well, I have this fabric. It was just a scrap. This is not 100% cotton. This is probably some sort of rayon or rayon blend. And that may have had part of the reason why some pieces it didn't absorb the dye. Anyway, so I got 5 Ziploc bags and I did some experimentations. Okay, this was the first one. This I put the Kool-Aid dye in about probably a tablespoon or so of the hair conditioner in a Ziploc bag. Closed the bag, kind of smushed it around to mix it, opened the bag up. Now this one was, I wet the fabric first. And as you can see, it came out very light. Also, and I noticed as I was rinsing it this morning, it became lighter still. But it's still nice, and if you want something that's light, you may like that. Again, if I used like 100% cotton fabric or like muslin, it may have had a different effect. But that's the fun about all this, just experiment and see what you come up with. So I like more vibrant colors, so I'll know next time not to wet the fabric in before I put it in the bag. And what I did was this. I did this all about midnight. I couldn't sleep last night when I did all the bags. I put them in my sink closed, and I let them sit till about 7:30 this morning, so almost about 8 hours. Okay. And when I got them out, I rinsed them in water. That's another thing I'm going to talk about in a minute. Okay, so that's that one. The next one I like the best. This was, oh, and by the way, that first one was a cherry Kool-Aid package. This was a, believe it or not, this was a grape Kool-Aid package. I put in, it was conditioner and the Kool-Aid packet. But this fabric was completely dry. I just scrunched it up, stuck it in the little baggie, mixed it around, and that was it. And it did come out much more vibrant colors. What was interesting is this morning, what I did after I rinsed all the stuff out, I heat set them with an old iron that you use specifically for crafts. Do not do this with your good iron. You will ruin it for use for anything but crafts. You can go find an iron at a garage sale or a thrift shop. Mine I found at a garage sale for $1. Works perfectly well, but it has some problems with the faceplate. It has like grungy stuff on it, but it's perfectly good for crafts. That one came out really good. And as you can see, what's interesting was as I dried it with the iron, it magically went from almost all green to there's like little areas of purple. Now, is this color fast? No. I would, even after heat setting it, I would not try this on anything for like a garment. This is going to be put in my junk journals. So in all honesty, it doesn't matter. It's never going to be washed again. It's going to be put into a book. Do I think that it might fade over time? It might. Again, this is in no way scientific. This is just me playing. Your results may vary. Okay, so this is the third one. This one, again, this is a Tropical Punch Kool-Aid packet with conditioner. And I lightly sprinkled water on the piece of fabric before I put it in the bag. I wouldn't even do that next time. I'm going to put the fabrics in the bag completely dry. Because I noticed a lot of the dye on the other two pieces came out as I'm rinsing them out, I gave this a very light rinse. And as you can see, where it looks kind of like little granules, that's the Kool-Aid mix. I like that. I like the variation. So next time I do it, I'm going to try very hard not to wash out. And I may try to find something else besides conditioner to use as the wet part of the experiment. So I don't even have to rinse. I can just take it out of the bag and hang it to dry, and then heat set it with an iron. Okay, so after that I thought, what can I use next? Well, I have some of those little packages. They're one package makes one bottle of drink mix. This was like a Lipton honey and tea, just brown tea and honey. And it's that powder. I used 2 of those packets and the conditioner. Scrunch the fabric up dry, and I really like this. If you're looking for a way to age fabric, if you want, this would be a very good way to do it. If I would have put more conditioner and maybe another package of the little drink mix, it might have even been darker. That red is just, again, from when I ironed the other piece. That is not from this dye. But I really like that. And if you notice, it's got a lot of wrinkles. I ironed it that way. I wanted it, since it looked aged, I wanted to make the fabric look even more aged. Okay. And then my final experiment was, and that's good because sometimes in experiments you have failures, and this one was a failure. I put these 2 little pieces. I tried something different and it didn't work. It was a little powdered drink mix that's a single serving. It was, but it was like a natural flavorings and natural colorings. It said colored with beta carotene. And then I also tried vinegar instead of conditioner. I don't know if it was because, and I only put maybe a tablespoon of vinegar in the bag with the packet. I don't know if it was only because I used 1 packet. I don't know if it was because it was natural. Again, it's just an experiment. But when I took it out, I lightly rinsed it. And as you can see, this was the original color of the fabric. It did nothing. It did absolutely nothing, which, I mean, it's scrap. It's no loss. And I'll do another experiment and I'll try again with something else. So, all in all, besides that, I really like these. I like that they're kind of muted, but I'm going to try to find a way to make them more vibrant. It was just a bunch of scrap fabric. I'm going to try again. I have some more ideas. I'm going to try different ways. Just play around with things. It doesn't cost, I already had the Kool-Aid packets. In fact, they were expired. So this was a good way to use them and try to get some use out of them. Just experiment and have fun. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.